Hello everybody, welcome to Red Tool House, or as I say this week, Winter Wonderland. Today we're going to play in the snow a little bit. We're going to harvest some poplar that I need for an upcoming project. So come along as we get the trees on the ground, let's get them down to the mill, and hopefully mill up what we need. Alright, so I'm up here on the Sawmill station, the area that we cleared off last summer into fall. I did a whole bunch of videos about that. The pond, which isn't holding as much water as I'd like it to, got some issues there, is behind us full of snow. But and that's our main area there where we're going to build our sawmill station. This is more of log staging and wood staging here. So the idea is to get some more of this opened up as we see fit. And the more sunlight I can get, the more I can use solar power, all that type of stuff, and less likely of wind knocking something down. But I'm looking for poplar right now, and I don't have a lot of poplar in this area. But there are a couple. In fact, Timber and I came up here yesterday, and right near the end of the day, and walked around a little bit, looked to see what kind of poplar inventory we have. Some's easy to get to, some not so much. But we want to get a couple logs down. I think I may need probably need three good 12-footers. And we're going to see what we have diameter-wise here. There's two I'd really like to get because they're in an area that I'd like to take out, but the hillside's really steep. I'll show you that in a second. Just walking by my log pile here from where we felled these logs to clear off the station, I was thinking these were all hickory, but they're actually not. That's right. I think I've got two poplar here already. So those may keep me from requiring to have 3 total trees down, maybe just 2, because those are 2 poplar. And they're probably, that first one's probably 12-inch in diameter, and this one's probably a 10, which we're trying to get 6x6s and less, so that would be fine. So here over the hillside from the outlet pipe from our pond, I've got a decent poplar right there, but it's got a wicked dog leg in it. And not to mention, big hickory stump there that I grubbed out is leaning right up against it, and that's really steep. And then the other one that's a much straighter poplar right here, that is really steep ground. And with this snow and the ice underneath it, I don't feel comfortable cutting that right now. We'll save that for a later day. I do want those to come out. In fact, I'd like to have all of these trees cleared out eventually. I think what I'm probably going to start with is this poplar right here. He is right on the edge of our cut. It's got a little bit of barbed wire in it. So I didn't do this. I don't put up barbed wire. I've yet to put up barbed wire in the 25 years I've been here, so that was from the previous owners. But that tree's decently straight, and since it's on the edge, it's obviously going to start growing more limbs and become less valuable for milling as it gets more limbs on it. So I think we'll take that one down and get him to the saw station first. All right, let's see what we can get out of this, other than poison ivy that's all over it still. We're going to regret doing this. 12. there's a 12-footer with some relish. I like relish. Bit of a dog leg in that thing, isn't there? I don't know if it shows up on camera, but this is kind of right here at this spot. This log makes a turn, so it's coming and it kind of goes down and around. So I'm going to see what I can get out of the rest of it. 16, 17, 18, 19, yeah, almost 20 foot. All right, well that gives me 3 decent logs out of that tree that I fell. And then I've got my 2 poplar logs here. There's at least, that one has at least 2 saw logs in it. So that's a total of 6. I think that's going to suffice for what I need. All right, so let's get these down to the mill. I'm actually, I think I'm going to use the skid mate behind the side-by-side and skid one at a time versus bringing the tractor up and lashing a bunch of them together, simply because that hillside is really, really icy. So I'd rather not. Those ag treads on the tractor, they can be like ice skates on ice, and not great. Great in mud and dirt and all that kind of stuff. Not the best on ice. So I think we'll use that one at a time. And the idea, you want to get these down off the hill as soon as possible, because tomorrow we're going to be above freezing. And then the following day, it's supposed to actually hit 60 degrees. So right now we're, I think we're 24 right now. So it's a big temperature swing, and it's going to really make this a muddy mess. And I don't want to tear up all this ground when it becomes mud. So we want to do this obviously while there's snow and ice on the ground. And I guess you're going to climb in and out on every single trip, aren't you? Come on. Get him. Go. Go, buddy. Get in there. Is it too steep? You got snow toes. That's what it is, isn't it? Mr. Snow Toes? Your side's on that side. Excuse me. Now hold on. I can't hold your face and the camera at the same time. And drive. Now I bet you anything that these two logs are frozen to the ground. Fortunately, the majority of them are off the ground. They're touching here and then touching at the end. So I think I'm going to try to put a grapple on it. And the wish. That's what I was afraid of. That's why it's a solid hot ice betwixt them. Well, I think we're going to have to wait and see what the next 48 hours brings when it comes to fall. That is solid ice. Those two logs are frozen together. Now I know the tractor would do this. It'd be no problem for it. But now that I've made that hill an absolute packed down skating rink with the multiple passes I've done with the side-by-side, I'm even less interested in bringing it up here. So we'll just wait and let Mother Nature do her thing. You've got snow toes, don't you? Yep, we got to trim his toe hair, because in this type of snow, he gets little ice balls that build up on that pad hair, and then it causes these ice chunks to be in betwixt his pads, which is quite uncomfortable for him. You ready to go to the house? Let's see if we can get your snowballs taken care of. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next scene, hopefully 48 hours from now, and this is thawed out, and we can get up here and maybe not tear up too much stuff. But I'll catch you in the next scene. And scene. All right, so fast forward almost a week, and we've had 70 degree, almost 70 degree. One day it was almost 70. We've been above freezing every day, and then of course dropping below freezing at night. But I don't know if these things are broken loose yet or not. There's still a lot of, oh my goodness. I don't know how you Canadians do this. Tolerate all this hateful froze. The deep freeze. Oh, it wants to come loose. I think I'm gonna have to get the tractor. The road's clear enough now, I believe I can safely get up the tractor. There's a little bit of ice still here on the ground, but the road's got enough clear that I can bring it up. All right, so that's 3, 4, 5 logs. These last two that were frozen, let's see what the lengths are on them. Oh, if I can get my pin to stick nice. Oh, excellent, that's 21 feet. $18 feet. All right, so for this project, I don't know if I even mentioned it in the video yet or not. So we're doing the timber frame wood shed on the north ridge. That's the first project I'm going to start on because I got the concrete done already. I'll have to wait for it to get warm to do concrete up here with my implement shed and the sawmill shed. So while we're still in the throes of winter, that's why I thought I'd bring these down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need, on the plan here, I'll show you the pictures of the plan here. I already have the vertical, so the 4 vertical posts, and then the 2 horizontal beams. Those are 6x6 posts and 6x8 horizontal beams. Or 6x8 is massive overkill for that, but I thought it would look kind of cool. So I've got those milled already. I milled those earlier this year. They've been in the underneath the air drying wood for a while. But now I need the floor structure, which would be 4 6x6s, and then the 2 cross braces. So easily 6x6 here, here, and let's see, they're going to be 14 to, yeah, 12. So I need roughly 12 foot by 8 foot, I believe, is what we need. So I got that. That's definitely there. I can get those 4 6x6s out of here easily. So I wanted to stage the logs down here where we used to have the mill, simply because up where I have the mill, I've got a lot of log inventory. I got a lot of that Virginia pine that I cut last month, and I just need to get it out of the way. I think it's frozen to the ground too, but I wanted to stage those here and then take them up to the mill one at a time when I need to mill them. I gotta go get my tractor. It's still running up on the hill, so let me go get it and I'll come back. All right, so the first one I think I'm going to put on the mill is this one that's got the S-curve in it that we cut down earlier this week. I think you guys can see that from that angle. Straight, turns to the creek, and then straightens back up again. So I want to put that on there and see if I can isolate the heart in a 6x6 on that enough to get what we want. Let's just see. Okay, so I got this first one loaded and get him on here, get him clamped down, and I know I can get a 6x6 out of it, but just want to make sure I can isolate that heart and not have a bunch of wane. If you want to see the details of me really breaking this log down and some strategy I'm going to use, I'll probably get into the dirty details over on Woodcraft Revival. Here we'll get through it so we don't make this video super long. All right, so that's 3 of our 6 milled, and I still have the 2 really long logs left. And I was actually wrong on my measurements. I had to bring up my SketchUp plan. I'm not building a 10 by 12. I'm building an 8 by 10. So that changes things. So yeah, so I've got obviously more beams than I need here, but that'll really help me utilize these last 2 long logs, because I can get, well, shoot, I'll be able to get 2 out of each of those logs. So that's 4 when I only need 3 more, which will work great because I can use the rest of that log and then 1 over here behind the tractor. That can be my rafters that we'll need. So it'll be good. I will continue tomorrow, barring any rain. We'll see how it goes. But bracket fungus growing on it. But to be cautious, just in case it's a rain out tomorrow. If it is, then I'm going to say right now, well, I pray you all have a great week, and I thank you so much for watching. Take care.